US President Donald Trump to be sued over alleged corruption. It never stops. At least our papers say alleged. US President Donald Trump faces conflict of interest accusations over new FBI headquarters. A key business partner of US President Donald Trump and Jared Kushner is reportedly pursuing a US $2 billion government contract to build a new FBI headquarters, sparking conflict of interest concerns. Vornado Realty Trust is one of the 3 finalists for the rights to develop the campus in Washington, D.C., ABC News in the US reports. The New York real estate firm's founder and chairman, Mr Roth, is a longtime friend of the occasional advisor of President Trump. He even traveled last week with him to Cincinnati as a part of President Trump's Infrastructure Week, with the US leader hailing Mr Roth on stage as one of the greatest builders in America. Mr Roth's firm is jointly invested in 2 buildings with the Trump Organization and is negotiating with the Kushner company over its investments in the 666 Fifth Avenue skyscraper in New York. It creates a huge conflict, said Representative Gerald Connolly, Democrat who sits on the House Oversight Committee. It's an enormous project. The exposure here for the Trump administration is very real. A spokesman for Mr. Kushner said he was taking the White House ethics very seriously to avoid conflict. Mr. Kushner and Mr. Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor has previously faced conflict of interest accusations. His sister last month courted individual investors in China with a much criticised federal visa program that provides a path toward obtaining US green cards. Mr. Trump faces a fresh legal battle with politicians from 2 states threatening to sue him over allegations he violated anti-corruption clauses of the Constitution. This blows me out. These people are so corrupt, so evil. The Washington Post reports attorneys general for the District of Columbia and the state of Maryland are alleging President Trump has accepted millions of payments and benefits from foreign governments since moving into the White House. Well, what about Hillary and her husband? Oh, this is sick. The lawsuit centers on the fact that President Trump retained ownership of his company when he became president, an issue he has faced criticism over before. In January, he said he was shifting business assets to the trust managed by his sons to eliminate potential conflict of interest. At the time, President Trump told the news conference he had formally given complete and total control to his sons, while his lawyer Sherry Dillon said he had isolated himself from his business. However, the Office of Government Ethics said his plan didn't meet the standards. Of course it didn't, because it's all rigged. According to the Post, DC Attorney General Carl A. Racine and Maryland Attorney General Brian E. Frosch said President Trump had broken many promises to keep separate his public duties and private business interests, including a promise from his son Eric Trump that the president will continue to receive regular updates about his company and financial wealth. Who cares? He should. Why not? You know, people don't care as long as he makes the country better. Well, to be honest, what they were doing, what the Hillarys were doing, was ripping all the people from the money from the people, making them poor. He's not trying to do that. A signed copy of the lawsuit allegedly provided to the Post reportedly alleges unprecedented constitutional violations by the president. The suit has his continued ownership of global business empire, has rendered the president deeply enmeshed with a legion of foreign and domestic government actors, and has undermined the integrity of the US political system. Oh, go away. Fundamental to a president's fidelity to faithfully execute his oath in office, oh, you make me sick, is the Constitution to demand that the president disentangle his private finances to those domestic and foreign powers. Never before has the president acted with such disregard for the constitutional prescription, the Post reported the lawsuit as alleging. Oh my God. If the federal judge allows the potentially explosive case to proceed, it could compel President Trump to release copies of his personal tax returns to assess the extent of his foreign business dealings. The constitutional question DC and Maryland will put before a federal judge is whether Trump's business ownership amount to violations of parts of the Constitution known as the foreign and domestic emoluments clauses. Unbelievable.